Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, and in this one today I'm actually doing a cover on my large completed craft journal. So I'm starting off just adding some black paint onto the centre of the cover. I'm just going to brush this across the middle and you can see this paint is starting to run out. The best way that I've found to use it up is just to take the little nozzle out and tap the paint out, and when it won't do that anymore then you just cut into them and use up the remaining paint that's left. So I'm just using quite a large brush and brushing this paint across my journal. This is a stencil from funkyfossil.co.uk and it's called Graffiti Script. I really love using text stencils and anything with words and letters on in my journal pages. So I've got a bit of a collection of scripty wordy stencils in my stash now, and this is a new one that I've come across from Funky Fossil. It's well worth getting your little mitts on if you are into using text on your journal pages. So I'm just using some white paint through this, basically just as a bit of a contrast against the black. So you can see up in the top right corner of my glass mat, I've got some faces that are stamped onto white printer paper. These are from Dina's Squared stamp set that came out, not this release, but the release before. And I'm going to be using these on my journal page. So I did just stamp them onto ordinary printer paper and then I've cut them out ready to use. So here I'm just folding up the journal just so I can get a little bit of text on the spine. This was, yes, as tricky as it looks, most definitely. So I just kind of bodged it really there. But I did definitely want some stenciling over that bit too. So then I'm just arranging these faces onto my journal cover just to sort of get a feel for where I want them to be before I glue them in place. And I'm going to be using some of Dina's ultra thick gel to stick these down. Gel, I'm sure normal gel medium would have worked, but kind of this was what I laid my hands on first, so I just thought it would do. So I've got a basic feel for where I want them to be there, and then I just felt that I needed to cut one in half so I could have like a half one on one side and use the other half on the other side of the cover too. So you can see I'm just using the gel medium to stick these in place. And then once they were all dry, I'm then using the bottom of an old glue stick in some white paint just to stamp some circles onto my journal cover as well. Again, just introducing more pattern and more interest onto that page. So circles, as well as text on my pages, circles and dots are things that I love to use too. So this is where I'm going to start building up the interest using circles and dots on my page, keeping with the monochromatic theme that's going on pretty much really with black and white. They're a great contrast together, and actually something that I've really been enjoying doing is creating pages using just black and white and grey. It's a very relaxing way to journal actually, because you're not worrying too much about too many of the other colours. So if you've not tried it, just give it a go because it is lots and lots of fun. So now I'm going in with my Posca pen and just adding some dots onto my page, different sizes, and then I will go in with the Signo Uniball in white and also add some smaller dots too. And then I'm just going to use a pink Posca pen and give some of these faces a little pink cheek. So I guess in lots of ways, I'm not doing anything new that you won't have seen me do on journal pages for this cover. But I think I like my covers to reflect what's going on inside. And this is one where there are lots of faces. And I also like to use for my cover whatever is my favourite thing at the time, and this stamp set is definitely one of my favourites. I think it's so versatile, there's so much you can do with it, as well as the circled one. There's lots and lots of fun to use. So next I'm using the Noteworthy stamp set from Tim Holtz and some white ink, and I'm just going to be stamping the words limited edition onto my journal cover. Again, working with the contrast against the black. I guess because everything in my journal, it is limited edition because it's me that's created it. And the reason I say it's limited edition is basically because even though I'm using supplies created by other people, the way that I use them isn't the same as the way anyone else would use them. It's my creation, so it's kind of limited edition to me, isn't it, I guess. Then I'm using some fuchsia gloss spray and just using my very small fan brush because, as you know, I'm not safe with a big one, and just adding some splatters onto my journal as well. I think also with the small fan brush I can control where the splatters go a little bit more. Not that I'm a control freak in any way whatsoever. Okay, so that's it. So that's some splatters on there, and that really is all I did for this journal cover. So keeping a nice sort of monochromatic theme with the black and the white, and then the little dash of pink as well for a bit of contrast. One of my favourite things to do is to create the covers on my journals when they're finished. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again soon.